Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with another exciting tutorial which is about GitHub Actions or GitLab CI. Two of the most powerful CI/CD tools alive in 2026. Both are free, both runs in YAML, both can deploy in prod. But these are not the same, and picking up the wrong one can cost your team weeks of migration pain, right? In the next 2 minutes, I'm going to break it down across 5 rounds. By end of this video, you will know exactly which one to use. So let me ask you, by end of this video, please stay, and the answer might surprise you. Before we starting the actual comparison, let me introduce these two players properly. So GitHub Actions, launched by Microsoft in 2019, living natively inside your GitHub repos. Drop a file into .github workflows, and you have your CI. It have access to like 20,000 community actions, zero extra setup, right? Talking about GitLab CI, it's a veteran, right? Battle tested since 2015. Again, one file .gitlab-ci.yaml at the root of your repo. It's not just a CI tool, it's a part of your full DevSecOps platform with registry, wiki, security scanning, and Kubernetes integration built in, right? So both tools are world class, right? Both are free to start. The decision isn't really about which is better, it's about which fits your context, right? So what your code lives. So let me ask you this question, and if you're using GitHub or GitLab, put it into your in my comment section. The round one is about the setup and integration, and it's one file, right? For both cases, you just need one file, whether it's GitHub Actions or GitLab CI. One YAML file, drop it in the, if for GitHub Action, drop it into the .github/workflows, or for GitLab CI, drop it into your root location, right? No server to spin up, no plugin to install. Both are, zero friction to get started, right? GitLab's syntax is slightly flatter. Beginners find it easier to read. GitHub is more explicit. So if I look at the file, like this is a GitHub action pipeline, and this is a GitLab pipeline, right? So it's identical, but both have two different way of writing. No, I'm not going to explain about how all these things work in this tutorial. This is more of a comparison, and you can see how it's written, and you can look out my previous videos on looking into that. We will go a little bit of the syntax and usage. So looking at the comparison, this round is like, both of them are in tie, so there is no big difference. So both are of the same quality, right? Round two, which would be more of your workflow syntax. So both are using YAML syntax, right? But this is where the tool diverge, right? GitHub Action uses more of jobs. You define each job individually and control this execution order with like needs tests. That means, only when it runs test and then start the next job. It is like a dependency graph and powerful for complex pipeline and more verbose, right? Whereas if you go to GitLab CI use case, it's uses stages. It's use tests, deploy, you can define the stages, right? It's run in an order, and everything in the test stage runs before anything in the deploy, right? So simple mental model, especially for the teams new to CI. So this is why I was showing this YAML file, so you can see how we write like on push. You can define branches. You can use like whether it's pull requests, right? And you can define your jobs, right? And you can give the name of your jobs. Whereas in GitLab CI, you define your stages, and then you define, how the stages work, right? With the script. Script talks about what you run inside this stages. Let me also show you a little bit of use case in both scenarios, which is about metrics bill. So going to find. So if you see like in GitHub Actions, you can use metrics build as well as in GitLab CI, right? Both have the option to run metrics build. So both support metrics build, which can run parallel jobs across multiple versions of your node or different application. GitHub call is strategy metrics, where GitLab call it's like parallel metrics, right? Same idea, different syntax. Round two is it's I feel like it's more of a GitLab because the stages are more intuitive. GitHub jobs graphs are more powerful for complex DAX, but then as I said, it's more of a use case. But I may give it for GitLab, but you may not agree for it. Round three is about runners and infrastructure. Both GitHub and GitLab gives you free hosted Linux, Windows, Mac OS VMs. This round is decided by self-hosting, right? So if you see GitHub, self-hosting runner works well and runs anywhere. But GitLab's Kubernetes Executor, it's different league. Each CI job spin ups as a fresh pod directly in your own Kubernetes cluster. Jobs get dedicated resources, auto scale within the cluster, and never share state between the runs, right? So platform teams managing like internal developer infrastructure, this is a massive advantage. So I would say like for this round, GitLab is the winner because it have this Kubernetes Executor, which is super great. The round four is more of security and secrets. So the main goal should be like no key stored, right? So both GitHub and GitLab's the security is super. Both support OIDC, and that's deploying to AWS, GCP, or Azure with zero keys credential, right? And GitHub's OIDC implementation is more mature and has a better community documentation. But GitLab has as a trump card, it's called built-in SAST or DAST, dependency scanning, container scanning, all free, enable with a single include line, right? So that's an advantage for GitLab. Um, you can see that it's just a simple include the SAST or container scanning in your pipeline. It's super great from GitLab. On GitHub, you need to wire up like Trivy, Snake, or SonarQube, or CodeQL separately. That's like a different third-party actions to configure and maintain, right? But even though if you overall you see GitHub have some benefits and GitLab have, I would call this round as a tie. So GitHub wins on OIDC maturity, but GitLab's wins on this built-in free DevSecOps scanning. So it's a tie. The next round is about ecosystem and marketplace, and this one is in close. GitHub Actions, the marketplace, it's massive, 20,000 plus community built-in plugins or actions, right? Docker, stock build, push actions, AWS action, Azure actions, Slack notifications, Terraform, whatever you need to automate, someone has already published as an action for you. You just wire it in 2 lines, right? Whereas GitLab has official templates and growing CICD catalog. It's launched in 2024, is improving fast, but it's hundreds of components versus GitHub's 20,000 Actions or marketplace, right? So this marketplace alone is a decisive advantage for GitHub, and this round is win by GitHub. So let's move on to the final verdict, right? So it's like GitLab edges GitHub by 2-1 based on my talking point here, but you may not agree. The final score, right? Here's the real answer. Don't just go with the numbers. It's based on why I given GitLab, because the syntax were simpler. But for your case, maybe you want the other option where you can go for complex YAML, right? So if your code is on GitHub, the marketplace, the OIDC maturity, the GitHub native integration make it as the default for open source, SaaS, and most modern dev teams, right? If you are on self-hosting, need enterprise compliance, want built-in security for scanning for free, or run air-gapped infrastructure, GitLab isn't just CI, it's an entire DevSecOps platform, right? The worst thing you can do is pick one and spend a week setting up, then switch, make the call based on where your code lives. So I will let you decide which one will fit for your use case, whether it's GitHub Actions or GitLab. Put your comments on the comment section. What do you feel like, which wins in this comparison or competition? So drop your comments, right? So we are ready. Stop debating and start shipping. So you start using the tools. Both are world-class tool. Best CICD teams users, one of them, or there are other tools as well, and it's consistent. Make the call based on what's your use case and where your code lives, right? Check for like how the set up, the syntax, runners, security, ecosystem, right? If this 2 minutes breakdown saved your time or you like it, hit the like button, subscribe. It genuinely helps me. Okay, so this helps also to make this video reach for other people. So thank you for watching and giving your support. Subscribe is so if you don't want to miss any other new videos, and see you in the next one.